to Blacksburg, Virginia, home to a team that brings this lunch pail each and every game, the Virginia Tech Hokies. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the South Florida Bulls, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Virginia Tech Hokies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Hokies will get us started with the opening kickoff. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Looking for a productive play on first down. The give to the left. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So he gets stuffed on first down, and now you have the offensive coordinator thinking a little bit.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to throw it now on this second play. But what are we going to see defensively? Now that they know we're throwing, might they blitz us? Do I have to leave more guys in to block? There's a real cat-and-mouse game going on right now between these two coaching staffs.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Baker. Quick strike complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And to keep this opening drive going, they'll need to convert 3rd and 1. Quarterback keeper. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
Brought down at the 33-yard line. That's a first down for the offense.
And the Bulls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. They're bringing heat. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Shit.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And how about the true freshman? We've heard about this guy. We heard he's got a chance to be really, really good. Talking with coaches this week, and he gets his first sack. Listen, guys, I'm a pass rusher. Everybody remembers their first sack.
And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Baker. He's taking the shot. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. We like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
The Bulls will punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter.
Returner runs out of bounds.
First down here for the offense. looking for a crease to the left.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, the inside give. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop. And you better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Love that throw. I'll tell you, if he keeps making more of those, Lane Stadium and this incredible crowd is going to be going nuts. We've called games here plenty of times in the past. This is one of the best venues in all of college football. And this guy right now is heating up at the QB position. Watch out. It's going to be a sign.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarter. Get him at the 46.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Flips it out in the flat. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
Hey, if you're the defensive coordinator, you might want to start thinking about spying this QB because of his speed and athleticism. He just showed you how he can hurt you getting out on the perimeter and then throwing. If you've got somebody athletic that can go sideline to sideline, that might be a good move moving forward.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
The Hokies will come to the line to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets drilled as he throws. The big pressure on 4th down, and they'll get it back.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. They go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
That's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing, but you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll call for the fair catch here. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on 1st down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And it's not panic time yet for this offense, but last week was a really bad performance. This week, starting off a little bit slow. They got to find some form of rhythm. They got to find some way, get a few first downs, get some playmakers involved, because right now they just seem out of sync.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. The sweet feet buy a little time. On the move, he fires. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Touchdown, Bulls. How about that D coming up with a play like that? What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. The offense set for a 1st down play. He'll start this drive firing. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. Escapes trouble.
Bro,
And he's got enough for the 1st down. It'll be at the 35.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, South Florida 7, Virginia Tech 0.
Wideouts all wadded up in a bunch. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Quarterback moving. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it.
Okay, don't.
Down.
Like the good job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Still on the 35-yard line. They'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. This time it's complete. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That would be good enough for a 1st down.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the 1st down.
It's a good job, too, there on 3rd down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's...
And the ball is intercepted. At the 40, there he goes. Taking it the other way. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, USF. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, fellas, here's a final update on a top 15 flash. NC State found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Raleigh. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He uncorks one deep.
Come on,
and that's
bro.
going to
That's
be incomplete.
good.
Going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up.
And guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking play.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front 4 to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
Let's see what he can do with it. Makes a move. And he
Oh
loses
my
the football.
Come on.
Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance.
Oh,
The
they
fans
got it?
everywhere. It's a turnover.
Kick returners usually have to have that home run ability, the ability to take it to the house 100-plus yards. But it's also a tough skill because you got all these guys flying down the field so fast, and sometimes you get a big hit and ball security becomes an issue.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He's got his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Hokies want to pick up the tempo.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Looking to buy time.
Oh my
The defense is wide open. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. He showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. It's complete on the right side. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
Now from inside the red zone. Gets it out fast. Touchdown, Virginia Tech! What a catch and run for 6. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into it.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. And this was step 1 to getting them back in the ball game.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Send the offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working.
Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Past the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bull. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Quickly to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
Now on 2nd down. They'll try the run. stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Finds his big tight end. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Looking to scramble.
Bro, how do you let that?
He's got another 25. Oh, look out on the right. Touchdown, Hokies. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop, go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Fair catch, called for and made. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. A 1st down for the offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
They'll try to find a more productive play this time on 2nd and long from the 14. Motion from the offense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. Timeout call by the offense after the play. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. And he'll be knocked down.
Nobody fucking blocking this whole
There's
game.
a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
And the Bulls will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. To get another look at this Hokie offense. They're already in field goal range, but Jesse, they want to be aggressive, but they can't take a negative play.
Well, the play caller's got to look up and down his sheet here to find a shot to the end zone, David. Be aggressive and see if you can get a touch.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Just under half a minute to go before the break. They'll take over 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Baker. Gets it out quickly. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. They're trying to get to it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The give to the back. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Going for it all. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, South Florida.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. They'll throw it on 1st down. Makes his connection. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Bulls will kick it off to start the 2nd half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half. So now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good one.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Myers on the move. Got him downfield. Smashes through the tackle. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
He'll do it himself. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Man, that is a big hit. And that's a hit that I'm going, listen, if I'm the OC, I'm the head coach, I don't want to take many of those. I want to run the RPOs and I want to run my quarterback. But, Palmer, I got to understand the difference between the critical situations when I want him to take hits and the other times when I want him to take a slot.
Yeah.
And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Trying to take it back. Running inside the 20. Touchdown ball. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Oklahoma State escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think those Pokes fans could have done without this one being so close. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Man, defense is about getting off the football. And when that defensive line can be disruptive and get in the backfield right away and mess up those pullers actions on those counter plays, it can be really advantageous for the defense. Great job by the defense being hyperactive.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Pressure coming. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
The 3rd down offense has not been good, and add this one to the tab. Another 3rd down stop. They give up the sack. They're down by 3+ possessions. Nothing going this offense's way.
He'll field the punt. He's marked down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Still on his feet at the 45.
Why are you so damn slow?
And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grasp.
Touchdown, USF! And the pummeling has started.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
South Florida, 42. Virginia Tech, 14.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls' offense will return to the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
The play action fake. Slings it downfield. And that pass is intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. First down for this offense. They'll go to the ground. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Hands it off. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, South Florida 42, Virginia Tech 14.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Palmer, you could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, I think, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead big. They're just playing a little bit more zone, a little bit more prevent. They're fine letting this offense just chip down the field, but they're wasting time off the clock.
Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give out of the gun. Not much there on the run. He gets one to the 31. Ball at the 31, 3rd and short coming, defense trying to rise up. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off. So
they got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. 4th down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's 4th down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with the sack.
Caught in the backfield, it's Wilcox. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too? There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Wide receiver coming across in motion. just going to keep it after the snap. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Little touch pass to the receiver. Looking for room at the 30. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And with this touchdown, man, you got to get a little bit excited. Getting your first win of the season. The first 2 weeks has not gone how you wanted it to go. But today, put a good game together. Offense now scoring this last touchdown. Defense go out. Hold on. Don't make big mistakes. And you got your first dub of the season.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep pouring on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical. They were faster. It showed.
Damn.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
What's up, BY? Coach Westside here. Got a good win at Virginia Tech. Dominant performance from the defensive side. Our offense really couldn't do anything other than 3 plays where we got probably 180 of the yards on. But yeah, defense had 5 interceptions. I think 3 of them were pick 6. I think we could have potentially won by a little bit more. We had a fumbled a punt that allowed them to come back in the game early in the first half. It was actually really close the whole first half. So I got a score right before the half, like a 50-yard touchdown pass with 3 seconds left. That one hurt them, and yeah, again, just a great game from the defense, forcing 5 interceptions. And let's see how many sacks we had. Oh shit, I don't know. In a big game from Lockett, he hasn't done anything the first 2 games, but he had 167 yards, 3 touchdowns this game. So that was huge. And running back, he had 77 yards off 7 carries, but 58 of them came off of 1. So nothing really too crazy, too impressive. Defensive end, Murphy, he had 3 sacks, huge. Gilder, he had a sack, so 4 sacks total. Front line did a pretty good job putting pressure on them. Our offensive line did a shitty job keeping them from pressuring us. Let's see, they had 2 sacks, but they got to my quarterback a lot more than 2 times. But yeah, glad to get a win and start Pac-12 play next week versus Nevada. So big game. And I think we have 1 non-conference game left. Random game at USC towards the end of the season. I don't know who did our schedule this year, but they made that shit tough as fuck. 3 of the top 5 teams in Bama, Arkansas, and USC, but good challenges.